Hey, AD.
Hey. Welcome to Idaho.
Nice. Yeah, welcome to our house. I'm Aaron Paul, and this is my beautiful wife.
Guys, you must be freezing.
Lots of snow. It's been a blizzard out here the last couple of weeks. Come in.
This video really needs no introduction, but today we are rating Emmy Award-winning actor from AMC's Breaking Bad, the greatest television show of all time. Do not at me. Mr. Aaron Paul's Rustic, Idaho cabin featured on Architectural Digest.
We moved around a little over 3 years ago and just finished this past July.
I've actually built a log cabin for a client that was several years ago, but originally in the U.S., you have settlers move here from Europe who were used to working with wood, and so their best two options for quick housing at the time was either a log cabin or a timber frame house. But think of the difference between a timber frame and stacking logs. These logs are massive, so they provide much better insulation, and then any gaps would be filled in with a combination of mud, rocks, sticks, and moss. You got to remember, this was pre-electricity, pre-running water, pre-Netflix, if you can believe it. Still blows my mind that easily accessible, turn on the faucet, here comes running water, has only been around for about 100 years? That's crazy to me. This house is also crazy to me.
But this is like our spot. Every morning we sit here with our coffee. The amount of times I've just sat here and read or just looked outside at the snow falling.
And there's always just families of deer crossing the river. We have 2 black bears that live in the neighborhood, so we'll see them every now and then.
I want to believe so badly that Walter White is still in his cabin down the road, and Jesse and Walt get to live happily ever after here as neighbors. What a shame. Also, if you come at me for spoilers, that's on you. You've had plenty of time to catch up or watch the show.
So this is the kitchen.
Just wanted it to feel like raw sort of materials.
Yeah. We just didn't want to get too many materials going on, so we have stone, wood, concrete.
How can you go wrong with a combination of stone, wood, and concrete set in the snow? You can't. I don't even want to comment. I just want to sit here and watch. It's basically perfect. Also, Aaron had this home listed on Airbnb anonymously, and then Airbnb released to the public. It was his house, so he had to take it down, but how cool is that? You could have stayed here originally.
Everything that you see, when I say that he worked for 4 years making every decision. Were you nervous at all?
It doesn't surprise me at all this took 4 years, going back and forth with architects, engineers, designers, city permitting, and then the actual construction of the thing. 4 years on a project this size is actually decent timing. I know clients don't like to hear that, but it's actually true. Anytime a contractor gives you, it's going to take X amount of months, add about 50% of that timeline just to be safe.
I used to live in a closet because I had no money.
Literally,
not live in a closet. Yeah, so nice to not live in a closet anymore.
He's not lying about that. So Aaron graduated high school in Idaho, then decides, I want to be an actor. So he hops in his car with a total of $6,000 in savings and headed straight to LA. He actually worked as a movie theater usher at Universal Studios. So if you ever went to the Universal Theater in the late 90s, Aaron Paul might have been your usher. Also, if you've never seen his appearance on The Price is Right, you got to search that after this. I think it was early 2000s, so again, way before he's ever famous, but the sheer range of emotion in that video is a Jesse Pinkman Emmy Award-winning level display. It's only a minute or two clip, so you got to watch it. It's a must-see. If I was his agent, I would have just clipped that and sent it off to every single audition. He would have been landing roles one after another.
Our incredible designer, Jake Arnold, threw out an idea. He's like, what do you think about just opening it up and doing glass? And so I think it's just such a nice, clean look that I haven't really seen before.
Of all the top interior designers, I think Jake Arnold might do the best job of making a home feel so elevated, expensive, luxurious, but at the same time down to earth and inviting. It's impressive what it can do because it's actually extremely difficult for most designers to find that perfect balance like this. That's why he charges $2,000 an hour, much like our friend Nate Burkus.
So this is filled with kids or
drunk adults.
I kind of shared my opinion on bunk beds in the Ellen Pompeo Malibu home review, so you can go watch that review if you haven't seen it. But after seeing this, I think bunk beds make sense for beach homes and log cabins. Basically, any vacation home. I still wouldn't do them in a primary residence. What do you guys think? Where do you stand on this bunk bed debate?
Here is the bunk bath for everyone that sleeps in that room. And we have the trough sink, big shower.
Look at this custom copper work. This house is basically perfect. Not Sure, what else I can say? I mean, it'll be the highest score I've ever given out on this channel.
Now we are going to take you to what we call the Raven's Den.
Into the Raven's Den.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Oh, wow. And I thought this house couldn't get any better, and yet we've saved the best for last. Typically, man caves are designed super tacky, so if you're going to do one, you got to fully embrace the Bruce Wayne vibe. You've got to channel that energy just like this. Also, if he has an underground garage where you can drive a Lambo out into the snow, I'm going to lose it. Could you imagine? At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised. I'd give it an instant 10 on the spot, turn the camera off, we're done. Fingers crossed.
First movie we watched in here was
The Shining.
The Shining.
Perfect. Locked up
It
in a
was
cabin.
Yeah.
So Aaron went from living in a literal closet to now being worth over $20 million owning this home and another $7 million home in the Hollywood Hills. That's a pretty amazing journey. One roll can truly change your life. He deserves it.
I'm gonna make a Oaxacan old fashioned. It's very easy to make. Cheers, my sweet angel.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
I know Aaron and Brian Cranston have their tequila brand together, but has anyone ever tried it? I wonder if it's any good. If we have any tequila connoisseurs watching, I'm curious which celebrity makes the best tequila. We've got Kendall Jenner, Aaron Paul, The Rock. Who else am I missing? Michael Jordan. Of course, George Clooney. I know Clooney was the most successful before he cashed out, but I want to know about actual taste. Let me know. And then Nina Dobrev, whose home we reviewed, in her backyard, she had some type of liquor, but it was champagne or wine, something like that. It wasn't tequila, but it seems like every celebrity nowadays has their own liquor brand.
I lay in the river.
Lay in the freezing cold river.
Yeah, it's so
Back in the
nice. And then you go in the sauna.
The highest score I've ever given out was it was the Goop House, Gwyneth Paltrow in Montecito, California. That's right, but this will go down as the best home we've ever reviewed to date. There's no question in my mind. Let's start outside. We've got great curb appeal. The home is literally built in the forest next to a rushing river with your only neighbors being deer and black bears. Although, as I hear myself say that, maybe that's not so good. Well, I'm sure it's fine. And then inside, the quality and level of craftsmanship here is on a whole another level. I mean, I hate the cold, and I want to live here. So, checks all the boxes. Let's go with a 9.7 stars the score. I'd give it a 10, but I need some breathing room. Unless someone comes along and tops it. Can't imagine what would, but never know. What do you guys think? Am I overhyping this, or do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like, subscribe. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Much love.